Welcome. You are at the CCC.
Where there are no outside issues. My name is Jordan, and I'm just trying to make good choices.
Right on. And I'm LouiLou. My pronouns are he and him, and I'm recovering for crystal meth and alcohol. And I am always in search of balance.
Balance.
Yes, and each week we strive to foster a brave space where we can engage in conversations centered around topics of recovery.
Yeah, and our intention is to hold and inspire better spaces for more people in recovery by tackling issues that separate us. Before we do that, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to this episode.
Absolutely. And now the disclaimer. The thoughts and opinions expressed on At the CCC are ours alone, and we do not represent anyone but ourselves. In other words, we're just a couple of friends behind a mic here to entertain you. And of course, everything we talk about is for general information purpose only.
Only.
Ooh, you like that? That was fucking smooth. Anthony, eat your heart out. Okay, Anthony's still traveling. It's like, if you haven't noticed, it's like, this is what happens. It's like, you know,
You make me have to read
he was
stuff.
all hoping things were falling apart. It's like, they can't do this without me. I'm all, see, girl, say it.
We just can't do it as well. We're doing it. We're doing it.
We miss you. It's like, I love like the chemistry. It's like, what we always say, like with Anthony and I, we are both Virgos, obviously. But
Anthony's Virgo too?
Yes. Mm-hmm. I start with my heart and I end up in my head, and he starts with his head. And so we both take that journey. It's just that we come from different angles, and it really makes a difference. Yeah. So guess who's back with us?
Guess who's back?
He did so well last time. We were all, girl, come back.
Stay a while.
Let's get sickening season 6. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Michael Marcaselli, and I am in recovery for alcohol and crystal meth, and I'm always searching for the meat in the lasagna.
All right, now look at her. She came back with a better, even like, you need to learn something. And what is she again? Since you a hater,
She's a drag queen, so
Here we go again. Cock blocking central over here.
Like, come on.
She's like, let everybody let them know.
She wearing
lace
panties right now.
Listen, you know what? I like a man that might actually wear lace panties too.
Okay, so I do drag as well, and
if that's what you want to call it.
Okay, yeah, exactly. Well, I don't do it nearly as often as you are. Because
you only do it for the dates at home.
Well, I'm starting to question. For me,
you tell him, sir, I'm going to put the wig on when I get it back upstairs.
Well, I'm starting to question you because I'm amazed you're not in drag right now.
Oh my God! Because you know what? I have a face for radio.
This is true. Oh my God! It's like, so we're good. We're all good. Everybody's happy.
I'm good. Yeah.
Right on.
Good times.
So again, it was like, we're really happy with you last time. It's like,
You were happy with me?
I was super surprised because it's like, most of the time I'm thinking, am I going to have to like walk him through this? Like,
no, it's because she finished. It's like everybody's like, as long as you nut, it's everybody gets an A+.
Cheers.
It was crickets. I heard crickets there at the end, girl. It was like that.
Yeah,
it was so good.
Okay, so you thought that I was bad. This one is like, I'm usually like,
I just want to get sexual right off the bat here.
Get it out
before we get serious.
Old behavior.
Well, exactly.
I just need to know if anybody's interested. So I was just putting it out.
Oh my God!
Just put it out there quick.
www.wethole.com.
Okay. Well, this episode is about change.
It's a nice little segue, even though it was really sloppy. So,
and change comes from within, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
I told somebody said I need change at my job today, and I said, you know what, change comes from within. But what I said, no, change comes
from
after
the register.
Change comes after you buy something. Yeah. So, anyways, the topic today, and we've talked about change. We've kind of talked about in a different way before, but today the topic is change is the only constant growing in recovery. So it's change is the only constant growing in recovery. And what we want to do this session is just kind of exploring the inevitable changes that come with recovery and how to adapt without losing your footing. Because I think that's a big thing. Change is inevitable. It's like my father says, death and taxes. Those are, you know, these are things, as much as you want to avoid it. You do, even if you do the bare minimum, you are going
to change.
That's the only guarantee.
And that's probably the one thing that's most uncomfortable for people that come in that are new in recovery.
Absolutely.
It's like, I feel like I am metamorphosizing right into something different, and it feels uncomfortable.
Because we're all tweakers around here, huh?
Listen, don't identify me.
No, it's like, no, but what I'm saying, we've all had experience with crystal meth. And
I don't know what you're talking about.
The thing with that is like, I invested in that lifestyle. And
But she never paid.
I invested in lifestyle. No, well, I paid another way.
Paid a price.
I paid
So
another
did
way.
they.
I've seen your videos, and so I know.
Listen, I will fucking come across this table.
You know what?
Listen, you can find those videos at www.
I just want to say that I don't know if you're confusing or forgetting like who I really am.
Oh no, I know who you are.
Exactly.
Listen.
It's like,
No, I think that also is like, I think probably change is really difficult for newcomers, but I also think that there are some old timers that have a hard time dealing with change too.
Well, it's the nostalgia, because you hold on, because you know how we always talk about, even outside of recovery,
rigidity.
Oh God, this used to be. Do you remember this? Do you remember that? Remember, like,
Do you remember there was
holding on?
135 people at shows? And now they're 12.
I know exactly. And
Things change, girl.
And the problem is, it's like anytime you resist something, that's when you trust me. Like sometimes you have to just kind of sit back and let it happen.
Yeah, and that comes with acceptance and a lot of like, and a lot of just like really hard work.
And it requires courage, and courage, like we want you to know, courage does not mean you don't have fear, because fear is fear. It's like my first sponsor always ask, what would it look like if you did things
Differently.
like this? If you tried things because I didn't think about that, and I was thinking, well, no, God, I had this personality. It's like I was sharp tongue, cutting,
don't want to lose
fighting,
that.
things like that.
Don't want to give that up.
Who am I if I'm not the class clown, or the or an asshole, or like the bitch in the room, or whatever?
Right.
And so, like, it takes a while, and I think it's progressive.
Yeah,
it's progressive, but I think that I don't think I really appreciate change until I'm on the other side of it.
Oh, 100%.
We all act like we're a guru once we get to the place where we're like, baby, I changed. I've grown. like, no, boo.
Yeah, exactly. No. You have only changed your underwear, girl.
But I mean, I think that it's inevitable to change. I think that when you start doing the work, and I mean, like, if you're just going to meetings, and that's fine, change is still going to happen. It's going to probably happen at a slower rate. But I think that when you really start digging into the work and start really, really taking a look at things that don't serve you anymore, and maybe a different perspective on life, on how things would look if you started to change a little bit, I think that's when you're like, okay, like, I don't like that person that I used to be anymore. And I think that what is it going to look like for me to now start to do things in a little bit of a different way?
Yeah, that's something else.
Yeah, but it's still scary. I mean, like, even success for me when I was sober was scary. And so a lot of times I would relapse because I was self-sabotaging. I knew what was happening when I was using. I knew what to expect. I knew what the rituals were. I knew what recovery from coming down would look like. Yeah. Right. And so I preferred that because I already lived it, experienced it. Right. And so this
3 days I'm going to feel better. After
that. So personal growth versus recovery routines. And we want to talk about how they intersect. In my mind, I'm thinking that I wasn't doing what I needed to do in the beginning. And so it was super important. Early recovery is super important to have structure. And I think you were talking about this on the last episode. It's like, and I kind of asked you what was different, because you've been doing those things. You both have been doing those things, but what's different? When did it become, because I think this is where the insight, when did the shift come? Because obviously you're moving into that place of personal growth, because you can do the routine over and over, like wake up, make your bed, shower, brush teeth, whatever. But what point is there shift when it starts to be that what is it? That
light bulb.
The light bulb, when it shifts and it becomes like, it's no longer, oh God, this is work, but I'm doing this because it's doing something it's making me better. Like,
I mean, for me, I just got tired of fighting, right? Like, I lived in an SLE. I got yelled at all the time. Your bed's not made. Your bed's not made. Your room's a mess. I said, fuck you.
Yeah, exactly. That's why you left, and now your bed's not made. Now. Say something. Say something. I'm paying for this.
Right. But it's like, finally, I was like, okay, fuck it. I'll make the bed. Fuck it.
Change your underwear, girl.
Exactly. It makes it easier to climb back in.
No, you know what the thing about it too is like you don't actually realize what actually making your bed actually does for you.
Oh, God,
I mean, like after a good week of doing it every day, I think that you start to look at the room when I mean, it's not even about leaving it like that because I could leave my bedroom like that all the time. It was what it felt like for me when I came home and I saw it like that.
Exactly.
Because then it would start to weigh on me that I'm just pushing through life, where if I came home to this clean room, I'd be like, wow, I'm really, really doing something right now.
And I think that's what, like, anyone who's listening who's struggling with the idea of change needs to hear. And then
maybe that's the smallest step you take is to make your bed.
Absolutely. It's like, it's doing it. It's like not, I think it's super important not to kind of read into like, you know, how it was written down here, the recovery routines or personal growth. I'm not going to question where it is now. I'm just going to do it. Sometimes we have to act our way into right thinking. I'm just going to keep doing it. And hopefully we hope that there will be a shift when I'm just so excited. Like lately.
You'll start hearing it. People will start telling you actually that you changed.
Absolutely.
They love to tell you that you changed.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean,
but that's
I'm like,
for
what
me,
was I? Was I some sort of like wild demon before this all happened?
For me, that's one of the promises. It's like when I see somebody that I care, when I see somebody that I care about, all of a sudden, when they're taking the actions that you want them to take, but they're not taking them because you want them to take them. They're taking them because they need to take them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
and then when you start doing it for yourself and not for other people.
Absolutely. It's beautiful. And I've seen that growth in the both of you. It's like,
she's a guru.
No, it's like, I get chills. No.
When I walk by your work and I see the grimace on your face, I'm like, this bitch hasn't changed yet.
You know, I'm just keeping it real. Okay.
It's just like, how do you get rid of customers without getting rid of customers? You just walk right by there and look at her.
I do this thing like just before we close. It's like I always tell people, okay, so when I'm at the door, you have to find a way to be welcoming, but not welcoming enough. Like I want to sternly let you know that I don't think you should come in here right now because if we have 10 minutes, you are not in here browsing. That is not acceptable. Yeah. So letting go of old patterns. Talk about that. How tough was that? Because we kind of like talked about it. It's like, this is who I was. This is what I mean, it's like, this is something that messes with those of us in recovery.
Yeah.
I think that, you know, what I was telling somebody the other day, I have this friend that's really struggling right now, and his pattern is to come and beg for support, and then he will leave, and after that, he'll spend weeks out again, and he'll come back again and beg for support. I feel like it's a pattern that somebody does when they really need help, and that they come back, and we you know, every time we welcome them back in because we want them, we think that it's going to be different this time. But like it's a routine and it's a pattern that you can get into because it's like you come to where you know you're going to get help like every time. But as soon as like life starts like working and life starts lifing, it's like then all of a sudden there's weeks go by, you don't come back. So for me, the pattern is to create consistency for me and knowing that if I'm going to get my medicine there, I got to keep going, and to break the pattern of like distancing myself every time that I feel like everything's going well, you know? So I think that there's something to be said there's a difference between a routine and a pattern, you know, like I feel like there's a good routine, a healthy routine. But there's also a pattern of like what I do when I feel like I need help the most it's really not, it's not that healthy though sometimes.
How do you not personalize, like when you see it in other people, like the friend that you were talking about, it's like there's a point, we reach a boiling point.
Well, I mean, like I kindly had to show them that this was their pattern, but whether or not they're going to receive that or not is not up to me. But I'd be like, you know, maybe you want to stick around, you know, because if you keep on coming back and asking for help, maybe you need to just stick around a little bit because we're more willing to help you if we know that you're going to continue to be there. Yeah, because it's about like, it's really about like receiving the help and then giving the help to somebody else.
Absolutely.
So
What about you?
Yeah, I remember my first sponsor. He said, "We got to change people, places, things." And so that's when I was a little resistant to the idea at first, but I'm like, okay, so I moved out of my apartment, I moved into an SLE, I started a new job. The hardest thing for me, I think, was deleting numbers of people that I used to use with.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, right? Because I think my addict brain in the back of my head was like, oh, well, what if I can use again? What if I can go back? Like, what if?
Well, I know how to work that out. I just go to the last person who came in. Girl, how you doing? Got to talk to you.
But
no, but the funny thing too is that I haven't even dug into this phone, and I will say also is that like if you think you cleaned everything out, there's always something deep in there. So I mean, like sometimes I think that when it comes up again, that's when I'll get to it. But it's like for me, sometimes that chore is even harder than actually doing the work to do it.
No, absolutely.
I mean, like I would have to go through this whole thing and dump it and then go back and start from ground zero.
Yeah, or even it's like just a different route to work, a different route to where you got to go. Like I try and avoid certain neighborhoods right now because it's just too triggering, right? So and mixing it up.
But when you really think about that, it's like how much can you change with like really like it's still always going to be there. Like we're in recovery meetings. Your last trick that you use with is coming in the door any moment.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So it's like
you can't avoid it.
Here's the thing. It's like we need to change behavior and really not
Absolutely, and our thinking. It's like when we talk about our will and our lives, it's our thinking and our actions. I feel like when maybe I think we come in and we read too deeply into this idea of change.
I got to do this. I got to
change everything.
I got it.
I think that
you don't got to do nothing.
I think it's we changed how we look at people, like you said,
because it doesn't phase you after a while. It's like you could sit in the middle of a fire and not get burnt.
Yeah.
The problem. I mean, nobody's saying that you should, but I'm just saying is like. But the thing about it is
some people should.
I find like this for me was like a good example of this is that I moved here in 2012 and I thought like I burned every bridge in Philadelphia and I thought that the only way that I was going to get away from crystal meth was if I moved. And I moved to San Francisco, and lo and behold, when I moved here, the city was even worse than Philadelphia was. and
that's always so funny when people say, "I came here because I want to get better."
And they think that, well, geographics, they think that I'm going to change the place that I live in. And that's changing people, places, and things. Like I came out here, but the problem is that wherever you go, that's where you are.
That's true, exactly. You didn't change yourself.
You need to change yourself. And so like when that stupid saying is that change comes from within, that's really where the change starts. It starts at home, and then I think that you're able to make better choices about people, places, and things because you have changed.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like I don't think that I can change and then still dabble in the same things that I used to do because it doesn't feel comfortable.
Doesn't feel comfortable.
It doesn't feel comfortable. I ran into somebody that I used to use with on the street, and I
You don't even look the same.
The thing is, like, I was like, oh, it's nice to see you and like out here on the street and like talk. And he said, can I walk with you for a little while? And about 10 feet into the walk, I realized I had made a big mistake because I'm just like, I now have to listen to this. And, and I was kind of glad that I did too, because the whole entire time I was walking, I was like, I thought that this person had changed because they looked like it was good to see them. It was like, look, but when they started to talk and they talked about things, it was like, nothing had changed for them. And I was like, oh my God, I've made such a good decision because this does not sound fun at all.
Absolutely.
I don't even want to take you home.
That is a nice. Exactly.
And most times I'd be like, come on, big eyes, big eyes, big eyes, big eyes.
That's a big thing.
Like,
I would
come on with me, and be like, I could take you home right now. But I was like, I don't want to be even around this. It was draining me.
No, exactly.
To even be around it because I was like, this tough. And then I'm like, oh wow, I have changed because doesn't feel good for me anymore. I don't want to listen to this.
So let's talk about this because this is a nice little segue. letting go of the relationships that no longer serve you.
Oh.
I mean, it's like,
Listen, I'm here to tell you right now that Louis, I no longer want to be friends with you.
you know what? And I'm here to tell you, since I'm powerless over that, kick rocks, bitch. What am I supposed to do?
I said it first.
What am I saying?
You know, we set up this whole segment right now just because I wanted to do this. It's been 12 years and I'm over
This
you.
bitch doesn't understand. It's like I was fine before you
You
came.
think that our relationship serves me? Honey, you serve me on a daily basis.
Oh my God! It's like I'm just serving.
It's like
goodness.
no. I mean, you know, it's true. In recovery, you find that relationships don't serve you anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, you can move. The lovely thing about a meeting of recovery is that you can move your seat all over the room,
No, absolutely.
and you can get the same message.
And the interesting thing about like this idea of people who no longer serve you, we grow apart. It's not a negative or whatever. You just no longer have the same things in common. You no longer, because like, and I think the importance, the impetus is on us. Like for me, the goal is like, okay, so I need to love you from across the street, but I don't have to be an asshole about how I express that. I get to find a loving way. And it usually works out that, you know, I don't stop hanging out with somebody completely. I just change, you know, most of the time we hang out at a meeting. I'm all, girl, good to see you. Wow, okay, we're good.
Yeah.
You know, but no, it's like, honestly, it's like, I think the goal for me, and I think for us, is to continue to grow and to, in that direction, and find what works for us. And
Sometimes I feel like I just am not equipped with the language or the verbiage to use to have this kind of relation, like to keep. Like I've realized right now that I have somebody in my life that I just like. I don't think that I'm able to be in a relationship with that person, and like it has nothing to do with them or how I feel about them. It's that sometimes I don't trust myself, and I don't think that I want to go through me rearing that ugly head of how my character defects show up when I'm in that relationship. So sometimes it's about regulating me because it's like I don't like how I act when I'm around you. So really it has nothing to do with you. It's just it's like I don't like the person that I am. Right. And if I allow myself to hang out with you, I might show my ass.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, so it's like I have to do a lot of like change comes also when you just realize that you might be the issue.
Yeah, no, exactly. No, that's a big one. It's like, is it me? Am I the
problem?
Am I the problem?
Yeah, it goes back to our last episode too about setting those boundaries, right? And with whoever that person is, and saying, right, I'm going to love you from across the street, right? And I think like we've said before, we can't control how the other person reacts to that, right? But Michael, if you said the way you just said it right now, and you said it, right? That's coming from your.
I did.
You?
Did I say it? I
said
was in a blackout. I'm sorry.
I was in a blackout.
Run that tape back. Let me say what I said. Yeah. I mean, like, it's true. It's just like I don't trust myself and the behavior that I know that I'm going to show when I'm around this person. So it's like sometimes it's me, you know? So I think it's better off for the both of us.
Yeah, no, exactly. I think it's important to note that like, so none of this, like it would be nice if I start doing this work and I just move around so graceful like a gazelle.
Oh, Bishop, that
It's
would
messy.
never happen.
It's messy.
You're not that light.
No, it's just it's messy. It's messy, and
Gazelle.
You have to kind of go through it. But it's something that is so like Winston Churchill says. It's like the only way to get through hard times is going right through it. And it's like what happens is you walk through it. You experience the darkness, the discomfort, and you build character. I think. It's important and that we give ourselves
grace. She's about to say.
Oh, I love it.
Like every episode.
And that
you know what I heard it the last time when I listened to this?
And
it's
that
like
we are patient.
She talks about this every day. Do you know Grace is going to owe you money after this?
No.
Because you have talked about her every episode.
The beautiful thing about Grace is that
you're giving it to me right now.
We don't have to do anything to receive it.
No.
And
actually, it costs nothing to give it either.
It costs nothing to give it, exactly.
Yeah.
And I think that this is how, like when we say we want the hand of AA or anything.
As soon as Grace starts costing $2.99, fine. It's just when we stop giving it.
Oh
right?
my God! It's like, okay, well, after the trial period, it's like I usually try to.
Does Grace come with a biscuit? Too?
I usually try to cancel Grace before I get charged.
It's like an ongoing subscription to Grace.
So we're almost coming to the end, but we can spend the last few minutes talking about like, what are some tips? And let's start with you, Jordan. What are some tips that you have for like embracing change? Because you know it's coming. How do you kind of deal with that?
Like we said, you got to go. For me, I have to go straight through it. I fought it for so long, and I think that's why I've been in and out of the rooms for so long. Is because I kept trying to like fight little things here and there. There comes to a point where just like sometimes it's just easier to accept that change is going to happen, and I don't know the outcome of it, and that's okay, right? The predictability is unpredictable, right? Because life is going to life, and the only thing I can predict is what I'm going to do in the next minute, in the next 4 minutes and 30 seconds.
Absolutely. And what about you?
I think that I think it's about embracing change and really kind of like walking through it. But also I think the things that I'm going to do is really just not to fight it, Yeah. I think that's exactly what he said, but I mean, it's true.
Well, no, but it's like, sometimes we need to hear it from both of you, from all of us, because there are folks that are listening right now that can relate to us in the way that we
remaining open-minded, and willing and able
and honest,
really.
And honest about honest about the discomfort, honest about the discomfort. But it's like I think for me, what I do is I try to think about the larger picture. What does it mean if I'm this or I'm that, or if I show up in this way? What are the positives? Because sometimes you have to do like a addition and subtraction, or like a
long division.
You got to do long division. You got to do an asset and deficit.
You got to get out your Justin P. touch.
And then the longer that you stay sober, and you do the work, and you start to have those experiences, you come out on the other side and say, okay, because it was uncomfortable. Like you were talking about, like in the beginning, when you start taking actions that are good for you, when you start doing things that are positive for you, it's not easy because we hadn't been doing
but
that.
It gets easier. And
it becomes second nature.
The best thing about change is that another change is going to happen right down the road right after that. So if you really don't like what's happening now, you just have to like hold on, because something else is going to go in a different direction.
Exactly. Next. You don't have to do much. Change is coming,
and it's the end of our podcast.
Winter
my
is
God,
coming.
I love that.
That's the change.
So I love that. Thank you again for joining us.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. This was really fun.
Anthony, he's coming for your job.
No. I love Anthony.
I'm such a hater.
I think Anthony has a great insight.
What? Are you trying to fuck him?
No.
No.
Is this going to be in? My number is 585.
So
Call me.
So the Castro Country Club is a safe and sober community center for all people and a refuge for the LGBTQ recovery community.
And we provide programs and services that help change lives by supporting personal growth.
Our vision is to reduce the suffering of addiction by connecting people to community, opportunity, and support.
And you can find more information, including all the ways to contact us, at www.castrocountryclub.org/podcast.
Yes, and check out new episodes every Monday.
Yes, and make good choices.